Hello, BookTube. Friday night. Cheers. I went out and did a bit of a book haul today. Went to my local comic shop. Went to Listen, which is a charity shop. Went to Books A Million, which is a big chain of bookstores. I think it's the oldest big chain bookstore in the country. So we call it BAM. It's Books A Million. So I grabbed some stuff. One I'm going to start with came from Listen. So the ones from Listen are $1 a hardback. And I think they're 75 cents paperback. This one's got a little bit of a ding here, but I can fix that with some library tape. This is Myself and Michael Innes. An Oxford scholar, celebrated mystery writer, remembers the delights of a double life by J.I.M. Stewart, who is, of course, the author, Michael Innes. So this is basically a story of his life. I've never seen this before, so it's a memoir. And let's see here. It's from W.W. Norton and Company, New York and London, and this is the first American edition of 1988, but it was published in Britain in 1987. And it's divided into childhood, school and university, and working life. Let me just read a little bit to you. It does have pictures in several little sections of photographs. Let me just grab one so you can see, get a general idea. I used to see his mysteries around a lot. They may still be around a lot, but I haven't noticed. So this book is not so much an autobiography as a series of snapshots that show a life dominated partly by the quirks and oddities of chance, as are all our lives, right? Partly by the mundane harassments of everyday existence, again, but at the same time full of interesting, curious, and amusing events and anecdotes. The skeleton, as one might say, is simple enough. John Innes Mackintosh Stewart, born in Edinburgh during the early days of this century, which they mean the last century, educated at Edinburgh Academy in Oxford, Oriel, lecturer and Leeds professor at Adelaide, then in 1949 a return to Oxford, Christ Church, become a reader in 1969, a house in North Oxford, honorable retirement to live in the nearby countryside, to be followed by transatlantic visits suitable for an eminent academic persons. But this is only a quarter of it. For on a sea voyage to Australia early in the 1930s, and accompanied by his doctor wife and 2 small sons, a novel was started, which was to become opus number 1 by Michael Innes, Death at the President's Lodging. Detective novels and thrillers followed as the family grew. So, a story of a mystery writer, but obviously an academic. Never seen this before. So if anybody has read it, let me know. Always interesting to read about how that sort of thing happens. Then another thing I found 2 Timms and Hudson books, which I'm always a fan of, especially their archaeology stuff and their art too. This is Simon James, The World of the Celts, A History of the Celts and Their Glorious Legacy, The Earliest Celts, The Celts in the Classical World, Gods in the Afterlife, Weapons and Warfare, Arts and Crafts, Myths and Legends, King Arthur, St. Patrick, and the Celtic Renaissance. And this is by Simon James. Quite a handsome thing. Brilliantly illustrated new survey of Celtic history and culture. It's not so new anymore. It has detailed maps and site plans, timelines. I looked at it. It does look like it's laid out quite nice, which is not unusual with a Timms and Hudson book, right? So I'll go through this and enjoy it, I hope. Let me see some. So one of these survey type books. It also has a gazetteer of sites and museums to visit, full reference section including glossary and a guide to further reading, which is always nice. And then the other Timms and Hudson is a book I've had many times, and I've had it in paper and hardcover. It's been reprinted I don't know how many times. Part of the Ancient Peoples and Places, which was edited by Glenn Daniel, who was a famous historian of archaeology. So, like I say, it's Timms and Hudson. This is a revised and enlarged edition of The Egyptians by C.O. Aldred. Many of you will know this book. And the series is wonderful. So the difference here, it has 148 illustrations, 8 in color. And of course, anything to do with the Egyptians is always great fun. Let me see here. First published in Great Britain in 1961, revised edition 1984. It's in great shape. And always good fun. For $1, not too bad. Then when I went, so there was $3 there. I got the heater going. It's a little cold out here. The weather's changing up here, as it always does. I went to BAM, Books A Million, and in their sale bins, not really bins, they're big tables, I found one of my favorite YouTubers, not booktuber, YouTuber, and that's Adam Savage. And he has a YouTube channel that I watch all the time, and my children actually love to watch. And many of you remember him from Mythbusters. It's going to have Adam Savage is Tested. He's a maker, a creator, basically, right? He on the videos he deals with tools, design. He does everything from cosplays to Comic Cons to excuse me, hardcore construction projects. Absolutely fascinating guy, and I really enjoy him. And I think it was $7.99. It's a 2019 book. It's Everybody Tools a Hammer. Life is What You Make It. Adam Savage. I've already dug into this. I'm already into it because I like this guy that much. So here's the end papers that show his workshop, and here's another one. You see the astronaut suit. And you never know what he's going to be making or what he's going to be dealing with. And he knows a lot about tools. He knows a lot about making stuff. Of course, he's worked, what is it, Industrial Light and Magic. He's worked with all sorts of movie companies. And besides doing his own stuff. So he has a good big connection, not only to Mythbusters, but to Star Wars. Absolutely fascinated by this. It's almost, they're listing it as science. Almost seems like a little bit of an inspirational book too, which is fine with me. So I'm a big fan, and I was thrilled to find this. So I may actually even do a review of this. I don't do a lot of book reviews. Not a lot of folks are really all that into them, but I like watching reviews, and in this one I may do. So then I went over to my local comic shop, Newberry Comics. A lot of you have heard of it because Steve Donahue of the channel of the same name has a Newberry Comics down in Boston, where he lives. And then, of course, this is sort of a branch of that, because that would be the home of that company. And I love them. They're a fantastic company. They, at least our branch is knowledgeable. They greet you at the door. Hey, we got your pull list. You can come over here, or we'll hold it. You can go wander and look, And they're always helpful, and I just really enjoy them. So I'm just going to go through some quick titles I got. All these are ongoing. So this is Red Sonja, number 21, I believe. Yeah. This is Dynamite, and this is number 2 of 5. So I'm just getting into this one. I haven't even read the first one. I've got it. Then this is number 5 of 7. This is Deceased Planet, Deceased. One that I'm really enjoying. I get a kick out of it. Mars Attacks, Red Sonja, number 4. And then I sat out in the parking lot and actually read this one. Conan, number 15, Conan the Barbarian. And then another series that I absolutely love is number 14. This is Savage Avengers. So it was a good little day. good little haul. Really enjoying all of it, but really digging into this fast. I'll try to remember to put a link, but if I don't get to it, it's easy to find. Just type in Adam Savage or Tested. Adam Savage is Tested or something like that, and you'll find his channel. And just dig through some of the past ones. He just does some great stuff, so I have great fun with it. So I hope everybody's well. A little bit of a surge up here with the pandemic. So we got our holidays coming up. Hope everybody's really careful, and I hope you all stay well. Thank you, BookTube.